Buenos dias, mama, papa, tío, tía, abuelo, abuela, right? Girls, I pray that you're all safe in your home. And if it is you have to go out or anybody has to go out, remind them, please don't touch the front of your mask when you return, all right? And make sure this mask is covering your nose, covering your mouth. If it's the reusable, you take it out like this, put it in soapy water, wash it out one time. Do not touch this part here. All right. Don't forget also the importance of soap and water. Washing hands, use a mat. If you came from outside, dust that foot properly. Okay. Clean it. Don't take it into the house. All right. And we need to be a support to each other, encourage each other. Don't forget, don't put your hand on the mask, cover your nose and your mouth, soap and water. All right. So now we are home, right? Very, very under strict restrictions, but we must learn how to flip things. Being home means spending a little more time enjoying the environment. Look at the environment. I'm sure if you're listening to me, you're hearing birds in the background. So here I am. I'm almost in my yard, enjoying my environment. Never really got the time to do that. And I wanted to share that little bit of it with you. All right, so let's see what we're going to do today. So we're looking at drawing, and going to introduce you to the false giant, swallowtail, and the lantana. Yes, imagine we have giants here in Trinidad, but it's not really a giant. It's a false giant swallowtail. Do you know what that is? Let's see what that is. A false giant swallowtail is a butterfly. This is it here. You see in this tail here? That's the swallowtail. There are many types of swallowtails. But in my yard, I looked out and I was mesmerized by this big butterfly. False giant swallowtail butterfly. And I was happy to see it. Do you know that butterflies are pollinators? So in my yard, I have been planting, and when I saw the butterfly, I was so happy because I knew that when my plants get big, this butterfly will assist with pollinating. This plant here is called a lantana. I'm sure you've seen it around. It grows anywhere. It's just small clusters of red and orange and yellow flowers. All right. So today we're going to look at this drawing. Yes, you are going to do this today. All right, so we're gonna look just at the basic lines of my picture. So let's examine the picture carefully. Now you may not be able to do exactly what I have done, but you can get something like it, okay? Firstly, you're going to turn your page portrait style, all right? So portrait, this way. Oh, I have a little drawing on this, okay? Then from portrait style, I want you to choose at least 4 lines. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to do this line here and this line here, fine. But notice all the lines are coming on the right-hand side of the page. So let me get the highlighter. Here I have a highlighter. And let me get the green. And first thing I did, I'm going to be tracing it for you to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I even went to a 5th one. But I want you to choose 4 lines. So looking at my picture, I have these 4 lines. Added to that, I chose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers. If we look at the picture, let's see how many flowers there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just chose some. You can choose some flowers too. We are just doing the basic lines, okay? Some of you, I know you are artists, you will give me more and you will give me this exact thing. Go right ahead, But I'm speaking to those who are really struggling and they feel intimidated. Don't feel that way. Okay? You are learning and we are doing the basic things. So the next step, the flower looks like a U. So right at the tips, and I just chose the ones that were closer for you to see. All right, there are 10. I just chose about these. So here we go. Right, you hear my wind chime, and that's about sitting still. We can't go anywhere, but we can sit still and we can enjoy the sights, the songs. So you can hear, I'm sure you're hearing the leaves rustling and you're hearing the birds chirping. So this should inspire you to do your art. So here again, we're looking at the picture of the false giant swallowtail, butterfly, and lantana. So we got the stems that were jutting out, all right? And the flowers, you can see it's just like a little U. We're making U's, okay? Bearing that in mind, keep looking. Right. So now we include the leaves, right? I'm not going to draw over all of this, but I'm going to show you the basic drawing of the leaves. It tends to have a point, right? So I put a leaf here. I just choose some leaves to put in. You could put in more from what you are seeing, okay? So from my highlighting here, you are getting the basic shape of the leaf, all right? Notice that the lantana leaf tends to have a point at the end, okay? And then there are these others here. All right, so now we are looking at the basic drawing. Let me get my picture to move from here, right? We are looking at the basic drawing of the butterfly. I'm sorry, this is shifted badly. So the basic drawing of the butterfly, I'm going to highlight it again. I'm going to use a black. First, we have the head, which is a little ball, and then we have the thorax and the abdomen. Okay? Now the wings, you would see it has, from the angle the picture was taken, they're just alongside each other, curved, and the swallowtail trademark, these long tails. So next time you are in the garden, look out and see if you see him. All right? There are many different types of swallowtails. There's also the black swallowtail. But today we are looking at the false giant swallowtail. All right? So here, right, I'm just highlighting it for you to see, right? Now, if you have one in your garden, you can draw it as well and create your picture. Right. So here you can see where I added more detail. So here we have the picture here. Here we have the drawing. So I looked carefully at where these, so what is significant about this false giant swallowtail? It has yellow and it's black or dark brown. All right. And you can see it has these loops here, right? So here it is. I started making my loops here, my little curvy line here, my little loops. I drew in my two antennas and my feet, which is a butterfly has 6 feet. Okay? 6 legs, not feet, legs. Okay, so I went back again to the leaves, right? Added in the main veins of the leaf. There's my completed butterfly. Okay? Now the lantana leaf has another bit of details. The blade is not smooth, it's curved. So I came back over and I did these curved lines, and the flowers, I came back over within the little U that I made, or V, and made these lines here. All right. And that's our final picture. Okay, so there we have, let me move my picture around here. So if you look carefully, I just got the basic drawings of everything. Here we can see the veins of the leaves. We can see how this is sticking out here. Here we can see the lines on the butterfly, which is what we are seeing here. So this is what I included. I outlined it. All right. So basically, girls, your drawing begins with pencil work. Whenever we draw, ah, if you all found that my picture wasn't good enough, you can also withdraw it. That's a picture, another picture which I saw of the false giant swallowtail. So you get a better look at it, right? Basically, they're all the same. You see in the swallowtail here? And then there are these little patches, these curves. It's really beautiful. These curls of yellow, right? And here it is here. It's a pollinator pollinating this flower. And do you know, girls, when these butterflies, what is so amazing about having these butterflies? Let me just exit. Where am I? This down. Right. I know COVID, this period especially, means that you are at home. And some of you might say, might be, it may not be a nice experience for you because you're accustomed being on the move. But you know what? Make it a memorable one. In terms of God's side, breathing the fresh air. When you are out, what happens in your home? Nature. Nature happens. And stop and look at it. And one of the things I hope and pray that you have in your home are butterflies. Do you know that butterflies, in some cultures, it's thought as magical, or some cultures, they think of it as angels. Some people, the scientists, they love it because it's a pollinator. And from my garden, I can't differ because once I see the butterflies, I know that the butterflies are coming to fertilize my flowers. And my flowers, when they're fertilized, not only they are beautiful, I know it's going to bear fruit. So fruit is food, butterflies. So it's wonderful to have butterflies. And you know what with a butterfly? For it to come really near to you, you need to stand still. And in standing still, girls, you feel the breeze and you feel the warmth. And that is also, most importantly, you're feeling God. And that's a time when you say, God, I thank you. I thank you. And girls, that's what I want you to do. I want you in your observation of nature. You may have the false giant swallowtail by you. You might have the black one. You may not have him. You might have another one. See if you could see the picture of it and research it. But I want you for that moment in time, stop and look at it and enjoy it. And then try to draw it. Okay? So I look forward. So our first lesson, we just did line drawing, the drawing. In our second lesson, I want to build on this same one and for us to color it. You can use crayons and colored pencils, although in this lesson, I would prefer that you use your colored pencils. If you're using crayons, try and get thin lines. It's the thin lines we want. So I really prefer if you use your colored pencils. All right, so my mass is on the table, right? Notice how I am holding it. It's very important that you hold it this way, right? Okay, and you need to know which side is up and down. So I know which side is up and down. I take it, put it around my ears like that, bring it down, right? Making sure my nose and my mouth is properly secured, properly covered. Be safe, safe practices when you go out, or you shouldn't be going out that much, social distancing, but I know some of you, you have no choice. Just remember, if you are, be very, very safe. I can't emphasize enough of that. Okay? And I pray for the safety of you and your family. Adios.